And good evening from Geneseo High School, the home of the Maple Leafs. This is Quincy High Blue Devil basketball, Western Big Six style from the girls' side. And good evening, I'm Jeff Wellman on this snowy day. We've been trying to dodge snow, and the Devils have dodged snow on the girls' side as they dodged it. You'll hear me talking to Coach. Dodged it last Thursday with Rock Island at home. Dodged it Saturday at Southeast in Springfield, came after us. And tonight, it's bad outside, but we're in the gym and we are warm. And who are we? Well, I'm Jeff Wellman, and alongside color commentator Dave Pettit. He had a little different weather coming from Rockford, but we're all looking like 2 to 4 inches tonight, Coach.
There's a little snowy coming down. Wind's going to start blowing. But we're in January in Illinois, so what do you expect?
Indeed. We expect a good game tonight. Of course, the Devils won 50-19 in the earlier contest this year in that ball game. Miley Loncourt led the way for the team. She had 14, 11 by Taylor Foey, and only one scorer, Mia Kelly, had 7 points on the other side. Devils with a big win. That was November 30th, and since then, the Devils have done a nice job. We'll talk about the Western Big Six, but we're going to listen to Coach. We had a chance to talk to him for a moment, and we'll hear what Coach has to say about tonight's contest.
Go ahead. So we're on the road, we're here, and we're going to play.
And welcome back to the pregame show, sponsored by Cunis Honda and Cunis Hyundai. And with me, of course, for the Quincy High girls, Coach Brad Dance. And Coach, everybody else is getting canceled. Last Thursday, you dodged the weather with Rock Island at home. Saturday, we get out and play at Southeast right before a little bit of a blizzard. And tonight, we get here to Geneseo before everybody's going to have bad weather up here. So we're living a charmed life.
That's right. We're just going to stay one step ahead of the storm. So, yeah, I enjoy it. So we're on the road, we're here, and we're going to play and get out of here with hopefully a couple victories tonight.
Well, like we talked to, we've got another whole week off after this one. So might as well get in the gym tonight. Galesburg's next week, so we have a lot of preparation. And I know this is a tough one because we beat these guys at home 50-19, but we've talked about it. You still got to stay fresh and do the things that you do right.
Yeah, and they've improved. Scott does a really good job with this group, but we just got to do what we do, whether it's on the defensive end, offensively. We're going to look a little different tonight. Taylor's out. She hurt her ankle yesterday at practice, so she won't play. Other girls are going to step in. I expect them, and we talked about that yesterday at practice after that happened. I fully expect them to do what, we've talked about all year, and they know the roles that we have, and I think that we'll do fine, and we'll come out and do what we need to do.
I saw her come in on the crutches, and I didn't know if we were going to talk about it at all or maybe keep it kind of hush-hush, but she seems to be in good spirits, and we've got a whole week to rehab, which is a nice thing.
Yeah, it was. It was the girls were a little upset yesterday after that happened, and it was one of those things that, she came down on somebody's foot, and it's part of the game. We've been fortunate so far this year. We just got to make sure that, we do what we do, and the 5 that are on the court stay on the court. They don't get stupid fouls, and we play our game.
And it will give us a chance to play without her, so a little different look. We get some different looks in there. Somebody else maybe inside, and we don't have, Jada and Taylor in there. But that's something to work for, and maybe it'll help us in the postseason.
Yeah, we're just going to mix some things up. We'll go 4 guards a lot. We'll play 2 posts at a time. So we're just going to do different things and see how the game progresses and do what we need to do to make sure that we get out of here the way we're supposed to.
Well, I know that her dad Dax was a fast pitch softball player. I played against him, and I know he's got plenty of dirt and spit at home that to put on that ankle and say, get out there and go.
Yeah, we're going to make sure that she's okay first. That's the main thing is we've got to make sure that her health is the main thing, whether, over any game. So we'll make sure she's good and ready before she gets back out on the court, and we'll just keep battling. We'll do what we need to do, and we'll keep playing the way we're supposed to.
And, of course, she's got a long career, not only the rest of this season, but a nice career in college and a life after that. And from somebody who walks around with bad knees till this year, we know those things. So it is better to get healthy. So, well, good luck tonight. We'll talk to you after the game.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And that's Coach Brad Dance. And, of course, his comments are powered by Cunis Honda and Cunis Hyundai. Up next, we've got the Blue Devil, the girls, taking on the Maple Leafs at Geneseo right here. Wellman and Pettit, it's megasportsco.com. And we thank Coach Brad Dance there for joining us there in the pregame show. And I always love it when we can do that right on the bench at the halftime of the girls' game, the first game. And, of course, in that first game, the Devils went on to win. Coach talked about getting a couple wins tonight. He got the first one, 49-38. Sophomores did win. So now we'll head in looking for the second victory of the evening. And, Coach, you heard there that we've got an ankle injury with Taylor. Taylor did not have one before. I asked her if she had ever really sprained an ankle. She said no, but she felt pretty good about it, and she had ice down there. So, again, she's got 1 week off before the Galesburg game, and I'm sure there's some taping that can go on if she's that close.
Well, basically, what you look at your kids next up, okay? Who's ever next in line got to step up. You won't do the job that Foley will do in there with the moves underneath, the 15-footers, the great passing, the assists, the rebounds, the steals. You're not going to do that, but you go in there and take a little bit of that, and then everybody else steps up and gets a little bit more, and then you're performing. Tonight, basically the Lady Blue Devils have always started on the defensive end. You know what I mean? Execution defense, the active hands, the deflections, getting out on the defensive end. That's what they did best against Geneseo down at Blue Devil, I guess, 2 Gymnasium. One of those things where without one of your major cogs tonight, everybody else is going to have to step up.
Indeed. And of course, that first game, it was 51-19, not 50-19.
Well, that's close.
That 1 point there. Yeah, of course, the Rock Island was 51-17. I knew both those games early in the season out there. And it is an adjustment. Now, Bree Lannard will get the start tonight. And, of course, she's the defensive specialist that comes off right off the bench early in the ball game. Also does a great job of passing and rebounding. So we'll see her in earlier. So that means the next one up behind her will have to be ready. And Hamby's probably going to get some more playing time. We love her shot, so that should be good as well. So we'll get a chance to see her. Hey, let's look at the Western Big Six. We've had some games missed. But last that I've got record-wise, Galesburg and East Moline right now are 7-1 apiece. Quincy is 6-2. Alleman lost another one, so they are 5-3. Can't wait to play that game up at Alleman. That should be a great ball game.
That'll be fun.
Sterling's 2-5 along with Moline, and Geneseo and Rock Island 1-7. As coaches always talked about, the haves and have-nots. Your top 4 are all running for the title. The other 4 down below are just trying to upset somebody's schedule. In the last games they had on January 4th, we had beaten Moline 65-14. That's when Galesburg beat Alleman 56-48. East Moline beat Geneseo, which you expect 54-35. And Sterling beat Rock Island 43-37 in that game. Those were back on January 4th. And then on January 11th, we beat Rocky 56-33. Galesburg beat Sterling by 13. East Moline beat Alleman. So there's that loss again. East Moline with that loss by 13, 44-31. And Moline beat Geneseo 48-43. East Moline, that's a tough team, especially with AWU, the AWU girls at 6'4 plus.
Well, when you look at the top of the Big Six, it's a who's who in 2A to 4A basketball. I mean, you got Galesburg ranked number 3 in 3A with a 19-2 record. You have Quincy High School ranked number 8 in 4A with a 17-5. United Township is 17-4, and they're ranked number 12. And then you got Alleman in 2A, 19-3, and 5-3 in the conference. So, it's one of those things where, you got the haves and the have-nots, and it's very cyclical when it comes to ladies basketball because, when you look at Geneseo last 2 years, 31-2, 27-7, they're building it up once again, and it's going to be. I give them a couple more years, and they'll be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm always looking for Amy Tyler up here. I recruited Amy Tyler my second year at Quincy University, Quincy College at that time. She was part of those Geneseo teams, and so always look for maybe one of the next kids. Of course, she'd be married and probably have kids that would have different names there, but Geneseo, of course, always known for their great play on the football field back in the day. Hey, here's the starting lineups. First for the Blue Devils in their road blue, trimmed in white. Bree Lannard will get the start. She wears number 3, 5'7" senior. Leah Chevalier, she wears number 4, 5'8" senior. We go to Miley Loncourt, number 14, a 5'8" freshman. Jada Brown, number 21, 5'10" freshman. Oh, and they do that to me right there.
Oh, the lights go out.
The lights go down just as I'm reading. Let me get my light on there. Jada Brown, 5'10" freshman, and rounding out the starting lineup, Layla Day, number 22, a 5'4" senior. Head coach, of course, Brad Dance, assisted by Brad Bergman, Katie Klopper, and Greg Wellman. Now on the other side for the Maple Leafs here of Geneseo in their home white, trimmed in what other but green. And they've got basically the Green Bay Packer logo in green here in Geneseo. They've had it for years. They'll start number 5, Addison Snodgrass, a 5'7" junior. Number 10, Hannah Kreiner is a 5'7" junior. Caitlin Seaman wears number 12. She's a 5'7" senior. Mia Kelly, she had 7 points the last game. She'll wear number 14. She is a 5'7" senior. And number 23, Kendall Ellerbrock, a 5'10" junior, rounds out the lineup here. Of course, the head coach, Scott Hardison, assisted by Ryan Kelly, Margaret Yeager, and Emma Lampkin. And the national anthem. And your national anthem there by the Geneseo Band. They are on the far side. They're pretty loud. They're small numbers, but what's nice is they're in the top of the gym on the far side, and that sound basically funnels right across all the beams that are up here. And as you'll hear us throughout the game, looking around to see the scoreboards, both of them, they're obstructed with baskets from the side. But it is a great place here, one of the older places. Jada Brown will be in the center circle. Devils will work left to right on your dial. And you're so glad to be here. We're so glad to have you.
Well, if you turn in, you can see them go left to right.
You got it. Tuning in. That's what we love it. And we like it instead of going to and fro, as we call when they're going away from us and to us, as we have it. Devils win the tip. Dade with the ball out front with Leonard. Around the perimeter, Jada Brown the only post inside. Miley Loncourt working that baseline. Loncourt goes to the left corner, gets double teamed, skips over to Leonard. Into the high post, Brown. Brown will come out to Chevalier. Leah, nice bounce pass on the baseline. Little 12-footer to start, and there it is. 2 points for Jada Brown. Assist, Chevalier with the pass.
That's one thing Jada has is that 15 to 17-foot game, and she'll stretch it out a little bit. I think she's shooting 81% from the free throw line, if I'm not mistaken.
Shooting well there. Shot from the left side was no good. That was taken by Kreiner. Ball was touched last by the Maple Leafs. So we played a whole 39 seconds here. Maple Leafs to come out three-quarter court against the Devils. Devils leading 2-0 in this one. Dade down to the left corner, Loncourt. Loncourt, nice little fake, drives baseline, stops. She stops on the baseline, though, and it would have been a horrible spot behind the backboard to get trapped, but she traveled, so the turnover will go to the Maple Leafs.
That's where somebody need to break down to the middle, because that would have been wide open from the short corner where she drove to.
Exactly. She got the double team there, so she pulled one player away. Devils with three-quarter court pressure.
Oh, out of bounds.
And losing the ball down in the corner, the Maple Leafs. Devils will get it back. Snodgrass trying to hunt it down. Just touched it, and the referee was right there for that one. Brad Dance up, standing and walking, as we got a 1-2-2 coming out of the Maple Leafs. At the point is Mia Kelly. Devils beat it, get in the middle of the court in their set. Loncourt drives in traffic, up off the glass, off the iron, no good. But Miley's going to shoot the first free throws of the ball game.
I think the Lady Blue Devils are going to have to do that a lot tonight without Taylor Foley being here, is bringing Miley Loncourt up to the free throw line and let her create and then make the pass down to Jada Brown.
Kreiner on the foul, the first foul of the ball game for either team. Loncourt misses the first. She'll have another. Devils, good free throw shooting team. We've had a couple of games where we've not shot well at the end of the ball game. I think we had a 7 for 16 game. And Loncourt starts this one off 0 for 2. Rebound by the Maple Leafs. Leah Chevalier picks up that defense right away at the point. Maple Leafs work into the right corner, kick it back out. That was Snodgrass. Back out to the point. Could have swore we had 11. It was basically Kreiner's jersey folding up. From the right side, three-pointer no good. Strong side rebound. Grabbing a hold of it was Kelly, but she lost the handle. And the Devils will get it after it rolls out of bounds.
Good defensive job by the Blue Devils. Challenging the shot, and then maybe not getting a body on, but the long shot, long rebound, went out of bounds.
Three-quarter court pressure still. Devils beat the pressure.
Nice.
Good pass from Longcourt down to Brown. Easy layup, good. And a quick timeout there from the Maple Leafs. Devils get another. That was just great. You mentioned putting Longcourt at the free throw lane. That's where she ended up. Got the pass down low to Brown. That could be something we can go to all night long.
She broke over, caught it on the elbow, and then made the little dump down, and that's what, Taylor Foley's done so well this year. And, you have Jada Brown that'll go out there and still make that pass also. So as we go, it doesn't make any difference. If she catches it up there, there are going to be two of them coming out at her. Should be an easy dump down, and, gosh, you can put guards in there, you can put whoever in there, it's going to be easy layup.
Well, if they do not come and somebody stays down with Jada, since she's closer and a higher percentage shot down at the block, that gives Miley the little 15-footer.
Yep. Well, I say either or. I put Jada out there on the elbow, too. I mean, she'll hit that shot. So, I mean, you got like double weapons looking at that. Big thing's going to be getting it into them, without turning the ball over. After
the timeout, 6:13 left in the first quarter. And they go ahead and put the ball down since it was taking the Maple Leafs a while to get in. 1-2-2 dropping back to the half-court set. Chevalier at the point with Leonard and Dade at the high post. Low post, Longcourt and Brown. Maple Leafs in the half-court set. Back to the top of the key. That's Snodgrass. She'll come to the left side. Ellerbrock. Two-guard front as Ellerbrock now goes away. Mia Kelly comes out to get the ball. Seems that she had the ball a lot when she was down in Quincy. She's taking a three right now. Kelly, no good off the right side. Dade with a rebound.
Push the ball up the middle.
Layla will come all the way down the right side to Leonard. Nice attempt. Brown was down on the post. She was getting double teamed. I don't even know if a long bounce pass could have got in there either because the defense was up on the side.
Way too far outside to catch it. You got to be down inside the three-point line or three-point line to make the catch. We were 2-3 feet back on that.
Out of bounds play, ball comes in. Brown saves it from going out of bounds on the pass. Goes around the left side, Dade. Back to the top, Leonard. Good reversal to the right side. Short corner, Longcourt. She's double teamed. Back out to Chevalier. Good ball movement from the Devils so far. Brown in the high post looking for the ball. Two or three are coming around her every time. Right corner, shot for three. Good, and it was actually a two. Miley Longcourt just inside the line. So Longcourt's in on the score. Devils up 6-0.
Good ball movement by the Devils. They went side to side, made Geneseo's defense move.
Geneseo with the basketball. Over down to the left corner. That was Seaman. Seaman really hadn't touched the ball that much. Seaman passes away. Snodgrass takes it down the right side. Driving down and passing the ball was Kelly. Trying to go inside, and Brown did a Foey there as she kicked her legs out. Knocked the ball out of bounds, so it will be Maple Leafs ball into their own basket.
Good defense by Longcourt in the corner to drive her down to, basically out of bounds, down by the lane line. Ooh.
Chevalier touches the ball when it goes out to Kelly. It's on the floor. And the Maple Leafs will come out with it. Snodgrass takes it to the right side. Good hustle from the Devils after that one. Another one of those deflections.
Chevalier's length is big out front.
To the right side, shot no good from three. Dade gets the strong side rebound on the missed shot of Kreiner's. Here goes Layla through traffic. Right side, Chevalier. Leonard will skip it all the way over to the left corner. Longcourt didn't have a chance for the three, but she went to the high post. Brown to the basket, scores, and she is fouled. We'll have an and one there as Jada goes strong to the basket. And if you're going to foul her, bring her arm down. Otherwise, you're going to have an and one.
Good extra look by Miley Longcourt in the corner. She was guarded. They had two people flying at her. She made the pass. Good strong move by Jada Brown to the basket.
Kendall Ellerbrock committed the foul, her first foul, second team foul in the Maple Leafs. And Brown uses that shooter's touch. Front of the iron, off the glass, and back in. She has it. And it's 9-0, Devils with the lead, halfway through the first quarter. Into the ball game now, Addie Mills. She wears number 3. Mills at the point. Skips over the left side to Kreiner. Kreiner right there, and Cameron Byquist just checked in. I think she's going to be calling for a hand check. So the first Devils foul, Cameron Byquist.
Nice active closeout by Byquist there. You know, don't need to reach in. Get out there, get your hands out, get the deflection. But good movement.
Bree Lander took the break there. Again, a new role for her starting, so now she has to sit a little bit instead of in a role coming in.
Well, everybody's going to be in a little bit different role tonight for sure.
Maple Leafs with the basketball. Kelly goes left side. On the wing is Seaman. Seaman starts to drive, and she travels as the Devils had Brown and Loncourt both coming over to help for a double team.
Once again, good closeout by Jada Brown in the corner. You know, kind of put the Geneseo girl in, you know, panic mode, basically.
Two guard front with Dade and Chevalier. Gets the ball across the timeline. So that 1-2-2. Chevalier dribbles through everybody. Ball goes down the left corner to Loncourt. That was a good, quick touch pass there from Byquist.
Yeah, she should have took a look at shooting the ball there. She was wide open.
In the high post, it goes to Brown. To the right corner, Chevalier for three. I had to wait. The guy on the far side's the one that gave the three. I'm looking to the two guys closest to play, and neither one gave it.
I was going to say the one was 2 foot away.
Right, and the guy clear across there made the call. 12-0 Devils. We're 3 minutes left, first quarter action.
He had the best view, though.
I guess so. Through all the bodies. Driving down the baseline, Kelly lost the handle on the ball. She passed it. She was going down, stopped at the short corner on the right, passed it to the left short corner, and Seaman couldn't get it, so ball out of bounds. Devils get the ball back.
Nice drop down by Byquist, being on the 2-row. You know, the big got beat out of the corner, and the other big went over there on the 3-row, and she came down and made that a tough pass. Very good rotation.
Kate Medemeyer checks into the ball game. That three-quarter court pressure, and Seaman in the backcourt with a steal for the Maple Leafs. So the Devils have Chevalier at the point, Byquist and Dade at the high post, Medemeyer and Brown down low. Maple Leafs have the ball, Devils have the 12-0 lead. Mia Kelly comes left side. Kreiner with the basketball, comes back to Kelly, quickly to the right side to Mills. Mills fires from three, no good. Weak side rebounds right there, and your first points of the ball game for the Maple Leafs, Ellerbrock at the 2:26 mark. Just the right place at the right time. 12-2, Devils still lead by 10. Approaching 2 minutes. And what do we got here?
Somebody threw something off.
Oh, on the court, it fell down. I couldn't figure that out. I think it's a headband actually from one of the girls wearing it, maybe. Mia Kelly says that was mine. Sends it over there. Kelly at the point of the defense. Now a substitution. Seaman's going out. Snodgrass is coming back in. Snodgrass and Kreiner play the top, the high post. And down low, you got Mills down low, along with Ellerbrock. Devils have the basketball, though, with a 12-2 lead in the half-court set. High post, Brown kicks it back out to the left side. Now to the right side it goes. Dade hits a three. It went to the left side. Medemeyer went to the right side, and Dade was set up for the shot. We talk about her scoring more, and we like to see that. Ball goes inside. Good defense from the Devils. Medemeyer came up and collapsed. Back to the top of the key. Long 23-footer. Good. Kreiner, and I tell you, that was about the only place she could be on the court because the Devils had everything else covered. Long three from 22. Devils with the basketball. Speaking of coming right back, Dade for 22 herself. Layla from the exact same spot on the opposite end of the court. Devils up 18-5. Dade now with 6 points.
Well, when Dade and Chevalier score, the Lady Blue Devils are very, very good too.
We're above good than that. And I think what the guards have figured out now too, they've been playing better, but if Taylor's out there, somebody's got to make up that 14 points.
Well, yeah, not that. It's just if they start making those outside shots, that's going to open up the inside big time for the Lady Blue Devils.
Snodgrass with a three-pointer from the left wing. We're inside a minute. Devils lead is cut to 18-8. Dade runs in. There's that little runner she does, and she gets the touch on the iron. It hits the back of the iron, comes down, and is good. Layla with 8 points in the first quarter. 44 ticks left in the quarter. Maple Leafs for the ball. Devils playing that 1-2-2. Ball goes to the right side. And here's a tip on pass back. Chevalier had it and just lost it at half court. Mills tried to make the pass back from the wing to the top of the key, and that's where Leah does such a good job of once the pass goes, she steps into the passing lane.
Yeah, and active arms. She's very long. keeps them out, tips balls. She does a great job, especially at the point up there.
Jada Brown gets a break now with 33 seconds left in the quarter. Miley Loncourt comes back in, plays the low block. Mills is on the right side. Dade is on her. Back to the top of the key. Whips it over to the left side for Seaman. Went inside briefly. Good ball movement. Comes out to the right side. Three is no good. Ball's on the floor. We'll have a jump ball as Bree Lannard is down there with Kreiner. Had a time to talk to Bree a lot before the ball game as her stepmom works at the vet. And I had met her. Actually, it was Jeff Steinkamp's daughter. Jeff was a great Quincyan. And the reason we used to pray before every CYO game for 18 years was his suggestion. Good man. Gone too soon. Inside, we got a foul on the Devils. 10.5 seconds left. They'll call it on Leah Chevalier. Her first. I thought he had a 5 up, and I was looking for a 5 on our roster. And it'll be 2 shots. First one is good, and that's Kreiner, Hannah Kreiner. She hit one of those 3-pointers earlier. She'll get one more. Devils same lineup in there. Oh, Brown came back in. Second one is good. 20-10. Devils have the last shot of the quarter. Down to 8 seconds. Right side Loncourt. In the right corner, Chevalier. Bouncing and set. Oh, and a great bounce pass into Brown. Chevalier gets the assist. Brown gets the last bucket of the quarter. And that was just pretty stuff there. She stepped down towards the baseline to make that wraparound bounce pass.
I was about ready to say we took too long to get into it, but, one dribble to the corner, good seal by Brown underneath, and a very good bounce pass for an easy layup.
Indeed, we played one quarter at Geneseo High School. It's your Blue Devils 22, the Maple Leafs 10. And, of course, this is Blue Devil basketball from the girls' side right here on mechasportsco.com.
You don't look very happy.
We just gave up 10 points.
Well, yeah.
As we enjoy a little bit of the band from Geneseo, one quarter's in the books. Coach Dance is letting his girls know a little bit because they started the quarter off up 12-0, did not give a score until the 2:26 mark of the quarter, but then gave up some scores, including 2 3-pointers. And I think Coach was like, look, that's 10 points. We're usually giving up 32 for a whole ball game.
Well, 12-0, and then, all of a sudden, it's 10-10, and they're playing you even. You can't have that with a team that's 6-12 and 1-7 in the Big Six. Even though you're missing Foley.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
Devils here have the ball to start off the second quarter. In the half-court set, Lannard, Dade. Dade's going to fire from the right side for 3. Ricochets in and out. Rebound comes away on the other side. That was Ellerbrock. As I mentioned, Chevalier, Lannard, Dade, Brown, and Loncourt for the Devils in the 1-2-2 defense in the half-court set. Baseline, Ellerbrock shot, no good. Oh, and how'd you get the rebound in between Chevalier and Brown? It was Snodgrass with the rebound. And they might actually say she was shooting. So she'll get the first free throws of the second quarter at the 7:27 mark. Devils will have the first foul of the second quarter, and it will go against Brown, her first. First free throw no good by Snodgrass. Addison.
We haven't had too many fouls in this game, have we?
Well, we've had two for both in the first quarter. We never got near that 5. Second one up, and good. So 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. 22-11, Devils doubling up the Maple Leafs right now with the basketball. Across the timeline, Lannard's on the right side. In the high post is Brown. Oh, skipped all the way over to the left short corner. Back out to Lannard. A lot of passes going cross court, and that's a little bit because that zone's overplaying a little bit at times. Dade will get it down to the left corner to Loncourt. Oh, it goes up to the second block and then quickly to the other side. Lannard did a great job of making a cut in between the Maple Leafs to get that shot off, but missed the shot. Snodgrass with the rebound. Actually, Ellerbrock had that rebound. Devils will get back into their 1-2-2 half court. And a bad pass to the left side. The newly subbed in Peyton Snyder over her head. To check that lineup then, Snodgrass came back as well as Seaman. Mia Kelly still at the point. And our new girl in there, Snyder, and Ellerbach is in the back. Brown, good move inside. Brown went from the elbow, made a dribble down and stepped down, and then stepped right through the defense.
I think it might have been a little bit farther down than the elbow. She caught it about 10 foot away, one quick dribble, and it was layup.
Yeah, otherwise she would have had to do a little Euro-Asian walk over there a little bit. Kelly in the left corner to Ellerbach. Good job by the Devils covering up. Kelly thought about it, but she was about 27 this time. Left side Snodgrass, kicks it back out. Kelly's going to drive in. She stops at 15, brings it back out. From the right side, 3, no good. Good screen out, and it was a really good screen out. Leonard and Chevalier had a screen.
And Chevalier did a great job on the defensive end and challenging the shot.
They called Bree. It was Bree Leonard and Leah Chevalier with 2 great screens, so good that the ball hit the ground in between them, but they called Bree on a foul for a good screen, I guess.
There is a maple leaf in the middle of the floor, though.
Yeah, no doubt, indeed. Mia Kelly missed the shot. Devils had the rebound but lost it. Kelly has another one, long rebound Chevalier. So after 3 attempts at the basket, Devils get it back. Inside 6 minutes. Oh, good transition down court. Brown runs the floor so well. Leonard hit her. She went through 2 Maple Leafs. Got caught by a limb there on one of them, so I guess it's going to be 2 shots for Jada.
Well, that's the way you push the ball up the floor. You know, 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, pass it up, pass it, layup.
First foul for the Maple Leafs in this quarter. Second foul for Kendall Ellerbach, so she's going to take a seat, and it'll be Hannah Kreiner coming back in. Jada missed the first free throw. Wow, we are 0 for 4 so far in tonight. Look at that reverse jinx. There it was. Jada hits it. I had to put a little hex on that after missing the first 4.
Well, and I would have to say, if you look at the Lady Blue Devils, we got to be high 60s. You know, shooting free throws at least 67, 68. So this is very unusual. Oh, we got box out better than that.
Yeah, shot by Mills on the right side was no good. Devils get it this time, though. Jada Brown with a great rebound after the shot on the left side was missed.
Nice box out by Jada.
Foul was called against 12. That's Caitlin Seaman, her first, and the second against the Maple Leafs. Leah Chevalier's getting a break, so you've got Dade Leonard in. Longcore in the left corner. Cameron Byquist in the right corner, and in the high post, Jada Brown.
We'll see if they put Byquist out the top of the 1-2-2 because she does a very good job out there.
Tried to force a pass in on a double team at the high post to Brown that time. I don't even think Jada could have came to that ball because they already had it covered up pretty good.
Yep.
That's the difference. The freshman's got to look, keep her head up. Ball goes inside. Devils had a triple down. It gets kicked out and moved around to the left side. Good fake, baseline, and a good job by Seaman. She got Brown up in the air, went down and took the easy shot. 25-13, Devils still with the lead. Inside 5 minutes, first half action. Short corner, great job there. It went to the short corner to Byquist, who found Brown, but Brown lost the handle. Ball comes back out. Three-pointer was no good by Dade. And Byquist is in there for the rebound. She'll be whistled for the foul. It'll be Cameron's second. Third foul on the Devils in the second quarter. Brad Dance is going to talk about it a little bit. That was a great pass there as it went to that short corner. Yep. And then we do like normal. We cut to the basket. We're just not getting it to go in. Coach Dance will have a chance to talk about it a little bit there. Kind of strange seeing Taylor stand behind the team, but she's not standing on her crutches with her crutches, so she is.
That's good.
Exactly. Coming up here, because the Devils have Galesburg next week. That's one of the big ones. We've got, of course, Galesburg, East Moline, and Alleman. Those are the 3 games. And, of course, we played very good against Alleman at home. With that was a 59-29 victory there. You don't expect to see that when you come up to Alleman, because that's what Coach said from Alleman. He said, first of all, we don't play very good down in Quincy. Second of all, they came out and just, I think we've said it many times, bum rushed us, or whatever you want to say. And before you knew it, they were down and couldn't come back. So you expect a little different there up at Alleman.
Well, yeah, it's going to be, once again, Western Big Six, split on the road, win all of them at home. You know, the girls might be a little bit there. Well, the girls are going to be the same situation because you got 4 very, very good teams to where, you know, if you take care of business at home against the other 3 teams, you know, and win your easy ones and then split on the road, you'll be fine.
Maple Leafs have the ball coming out of the timeout. Devils come out in that 1-2-2. We got a foul out here, looks like on the Devils.
Looks like they've picked up the pressure a little bit. They're out there and they get in the corner. They're trapping and moving out there and trying to get the steals and going. So we'll see if the Devils come out with a little bit more pressure here, with 4:22 to go into the second.
Kate Medemeyer was whistled for the foul. That's the fourth in this quarter. Ball gets on the floor, so does Lee Leonard. Bree Leonard gets on the floor. Ball comes back out at half court. Mia Kelly gets it for Geneseo. To the right side, Addison Mills. Mills tries to look inside. Medemeyer doing a great job of defense.
Good ball pressure.
Almost taken away by Leonard at the top. Shot taken no good out there by Kreiner. Rebounded by Brown. Here come the Devils. Down the right side, Loncourt stops. Back to the top. Dade will send it right back to Loncourt. Right corner, Brown. Good reversal. Boy, Dade could have almost fired that one up from three. There you go, short corner. Inside, Brown gets it. Brown lost the handle on it again, but this time she gathered herself, grabbed the ball, brought it back out in front of the iron because she's getting doubled and triple teamed when that ball goes in there.
Well, and she's going to see a lot more of that as a freshman averaging 15-plus a game. She's going to see that second time around in the Big Six.
Oh, a nice little pull-up from 8 foot. That's Mills. Addie Mills with a shot, her first bucket of the ball game. 27-15, Devils still with a lead. Approaching 3 minutes in the first half. Stick around for halftime. We'll break down the game. What's happening? There's Dade with her little runner off the iron. Mia Kelly trying to go one-on-one against Bree, and does. She goes ahead and stops, and was pretty good. She did not travel, but she stopped at that 1 foot and actually stepped a couple times with the other foot as Bree went flying by her. 10-point lead still, 27-17 in the half-court set. Oh, a great pass. Kate Medemeyer was on the left wing, and she found Bree Leonard on the right block for a zip pass, and good for two.
Good ball movement by the Lady Devils.
And they are moving, they're very good. And when they get to that short corner, they're finding the player right away. Moving her on the outside, shot taken no good. And Loncourt gets the rebound. Kreiner took the shot from the right side. Although Miley on like the big games, like that would not be a foul. So she's got to grab that ball and bring it down strong. On that one, you got Seaman got called for the foul, her second, third one against the Maple Leafs. Actually, they got 4 now, so we'll go with 4 as well. So everything in the last 2:25. Just trying to see what was going on there with the kick. All right. Really kind of confused what just happened there and why we stopped action. But it gave Kendall Ellerbrock a chance to come in.
I think we're starting again.
I saw it pointing a 3 up and pointing somewhere and pointing a kick. I just never saw it. Chevalier, Loncourt. Leonard inside to the high post, Brown. Kate Medemeyer in the short corner, working the baselines. Kate flashes up to the high post now. Jada's in the left corner. Skips over to the right side. Loncourt fires for 3. Good! Give the assist. Those are long assists, too, by the way. Loncourt drills the 3 from the right side. Brown gets the assist from the left corner.
Well, you go opposite corner to opposite wing. It's going to be wide open against the 1-2-2 zone. Good. If they're playing the 1-2-2 zone right.
Yeah, exactly. Brown did a nice job of stopping the drive there of the Maple Leafs. They had to kick it back on the perimeter. Ball goes inside, kicks back out to the top of the key. Shot for 3, no good. Kreiner missed everything. Nice hustle down there by the Maple Leaf. Could not get it in time. So the Devils with 1:41 left in the first half with a 32-17 lead and the basketball.
I'd like to see them go on about a 6-0 run right now, last $1.30.
So play good on this round down here and then D it up. Right side, Loncourt. Back to the top, Chevalier. She drives all the way in. Little 6-foot runner up. Oh, and it takes 1 bounce off the iron. But Leah will go to the line to shoot 2. Leah with that nice little runner there.
What a screen by Medemeyer coming up. She planted them, and then that opened up Chevalier to drive the basket and get fouled.
Her and Dade, I love Dade's little runner too when she takes that shot.
Oh, yeah. I like when our 2 guards look at it offensively, because defensively they're very, very, very good. But when they look at it offensively, that's going to open up so much more underneath, and the wide open looks.
Chevalier makes the first free throw. She'll have another. Foul was called on the other side. That was Addie Mills, her first. Their fifth, so the rest of the half. As Chevalier makes the free throw, we'll be shooting 2, but that's only another minute 20 seconds. Devils back in there, 1-2-2. Flasher was Mia Kelly. Ball hit the floor, and Leah Chevalier picks it up. We got a 2-on-1. Leah goes around everybody, shoots the shot and misses. Good rebound out there by Kate Medemeyer. Check that. That was Bree Leonard. And Devils have it again with 1 minute left in the quarter.
Good patience by Dade pulling that out.
Dade with the ball on the left side, looking for a screen. Medemeyer was looking to set one. In the left corner, Bree Leonard's 3, no good. Good looking shot, weak side rebound. Snodgrass, check that, Ellerbrock. That was an ill-advised pass. Layla Dade was just sitting back there waiting for that one. Long.
That was like that safety's waiting for the pass to come.
Well, there was nobody there to pass to. That's what I didn't understand. Dade looks with 34 seconds left in the half. Leonard's in the left corner. Kate Medemeyer is working the high post. 4 on the perimeter. Kate Medemeyer gets it, takes it, turns the hole, misses. Kate's on the floor. Kate saved it. Good job. 20 seconds left. Good job by Medemeyer. Dade drives in hard, and she was impeded. Her stop was. And with that, that's called a foul under there. That's the second one on Kreiner. The nice thing is 5 fouls, so Dade will go to the line to shoot 2. Impeded. You don't hear that many times in basketball, do you?
Is that something like centipede or something?
That's when all them legs are there in front of you, and you go right through them all.
Yep.
There's Dade hits the first free throw. That's her first one of the night.
I was going to say, I would have probably brought that out and run a last second, set with about 10 seconds to go and get the last shot.
Well, you were talking, Coach, about 6 points, and I think, she missed that one. We put 3 or 4 together.
Now we can do it. Now we can get our 6.
Out of bounds. Ellerbrock got the rebound, brought it down, and
bounced it off her leg.
Couldn't hold on to it. So Jada Brown comes back in with 14.7 seconds left in the half. Dade's going to trigger it.
Throw it to her.
Throw it up to her at 14 feet, over to Chevalier on the right side. Back into Dade, left corner. Longcourt for 3, good! Miley Longcourt for another 3. Give Brown the assist. And in the backcourt, it will be Bree Leonard for a foul, but good hustle. Coach, you just asked for about 6 points, and I think at that time, I don't know if it was 32 or 34, but we have scored at least 4, if not 6, as we're at 38 now.
Well, it's that little, in the halves, start the halves, with your 4 to 6 point runs, and then another 4 to 6 point run, and then the rest of the game is a little bit easier.
2.7 left in the quarter, in the half. Maple Leafs at the line to shoot 2 for the double bonus.
Well, I remember 22 to 11, and we're at 38-17, so that's 16 to 6 we've done here in the last maybe 3 minutes of the second quarter.
Indeed, we got up 27-17, but that 22-10 was the quarter. And then the next point, as there's a free throw made by Snodgrass. 1 of 2. Devils have it. Can it be again? Looked pretty much like it. And that's the half-court shot that we had at Southeast, wasn't it, Coach?
Yep.
Layla Dade threw it at half-court, hit the backboard and went in hard. That was just about as hard and at just about the right spot that she did over in Southeast, but did not go in. And we have played 16 minutes here at Geneseo. The Devils lead 38-18, and we'll have the Geneseo band as we look at our stats and come back with a breakdown of the first half, talk about the second half and what's coming up there, and don't worry about the weather that's outside as we're in playing basketball. Devils lead at halftime, and of course you're listening and watching it right here on MegaSportsCo.com.
too old to be driving this match.
And back at halftime here, as the score at half, Devils lead 38-18. They're up by 20. And here's the way it all took place. Devils started off the ball game with a 12-point run to start things off, led 12-0. Did not give a basket up until the 2:26 mark of the first quarter. Devils then would basically share baskets the rest of the quarter, as gave up 2 threes and 10 points in a quarter, which is above what the average is of the Blue Devils, usually around 8 a quarter. So you think only 2, but that's 8 in the ball game there. Second quarter, it was a free throw by Geneseo. Quincy then got on it, and up 27-17, they went on an 11-point run to get up 38-18, and that's the halftime score there as we give that last free throw up there. Leading the Devils for the way, Jada Brown has 13 in the first half, 9 points out of Layla Dade, 8 out of Miley Loncourt. On the other side, 5 points out of Snodgrass and 5 from Kreiner. Both had 3-pointers. But you're flying the wall. Coach has to be happy because you're up 20 minus Foey. So you had her points in there. But at the same time, that first quarter, it didn't look like at the end of the quarter we had the intensity on D that we came out in the second quarter with.
Well, yeah, and what you're looking at is, gosh, we came out and played well for the first 6 minutes, and then from the last 2 minutes of the first quarter to, what, about 4 minutes into about half of the second quarter, Geneseo played us even, you know, and then Coach called the timeout, and then they came out and started getting after it defensively, and that's where they turned in the deflections and the turnovers of Geneseo into easy baskets on the other end. So that's been the rule of thumb for this Lady Blue Devil team, which, gosh, they need to just stay focused and disciplined to do what they're doing on the defensive end. They'll be fine, even without Taylor Foley.
You look at that, Devils started off the half with a 12-point run, finished the half with an 11-point run, minus that one free throw by the Maple Leafs. Good way to start and finish a half. Tell you what, talking about basketball that's missed, of course, last week we lost the Moline game. Well, we lost the Pittsfield Notre Dame girls game first, the Moline game against Quincy High, and then the Rock Island game. All those games got moved into different positions. Rocky got pushed back to the last week of the season, where we'll have a home and away game on a Tuesday, Thursday. Welcome to the NBA. The Moline game got moved to January 30th. Of course, that's that Tuesday that the girls are playing, the Blue Devils and the Raiders. So we'll have to figure something out that night and see what we can bring you with the missed games there. And we did not hear anything from the Raiders, Lady Raiders in Pittsfield, nor did we ever hear anything from the Raiders on Aurora Christian and Princeton. Those are part of the BCC MLK showcase. I think they're done. I don't think we'll get a chance to play them, make those up. It's a tough schedule the rest of the way out, and it's tough to put games in there. And if it was conference games, I could see that happening. And speaking of what's coming up, of course, this weekend, tomorrow night we've got the Quincy High shootout, the Quincy shootout starting up. And we'll have games at both gymnasiums, Quincy's as well as Notre Dame's. There's 4 games on each court. Of course, at 7 o'clock at Blue Devil Gymnasium, it'll be the regular conference game. It'll be the Geneseo Maple Leafs, the male team, coming down to take on the Blue Devils. Geneseo's men's team is in the bottom of the conference right now, not looking very good, and probably not the greatest game for a showcase. Actually, to tell you the truth, you know, you almost hope the snow's bad up here and Geneseo calls and says they can't make it, and they stick somebody else in there of a high caliber for that game. But
conference game, you know, at home, you know, you play. We've done the last couple of years and brought you know, East Moline down, and you know, been good ball games and everything. But you go where the schedule tells you to go and how it goes. So yeah, bring Geneseo down. Probably not going to be a very good game, but in the same token, great atmosphere. You know, shoot, we were talking about it earlier after we get done with the QND Principia game, you know, over at the pit. We're going to go and check out Chaminade against Imhotep Charter that the Blue Devils going to play next night. So it's going to be fun to watch. We've already seen Chaminade. They're pretty good.
Yep, we saw them down at the Norm Stewart Classic and beat them as well. So they were the #1 team in St. Louis when the Blue Devils beat them. The Blue Devils beat Cardinal Ritter. And so
I think Cardinal Ritter was #3, even though they had a bunch of losses. But all their losses are from their traveling to, New York, Utah, playing against these prep teams that are pretty darn good.
Indeed,
and Cardinal Ritter was pretty darn good.
Indeed, and of course, Imhotep, we'll get them and the big game. But tomorrow night, watching them after the game with the Blue Devils. Hey, remember, the Blue Devils a couple of years in this shootout were gone on the Friday night.
Yep.
So they were not even part of the shootout, at least 1 year, if not 2 years. And so you had them play without the Blue Devils even in the shootout. And, of course, the Raiders will play Principia. That's out of St. Louis. For many of you, think around Principia, the college, down around the Alton area, that maybe there's a high school. And the Principia team's a pretty good team. I think they've won 9 games. 9-3 maybe, Coach, or is it?
10-3.
10-3 now?
They're freshmen and sophomores, everybody playing, and we go 6'6", 6'8", 6'7", 6'3", and then 3 guards. The top 3, 6, 7 freshmen, sophomores all. So it's going to be a tough test for QND tomorrow night.
Of course, QND at the pit, so you'll be at home. You'll have QND playing 8 to 10 deep. And I like that team. I mean, what are we, 9-8 right now, or 9-7?
Yep.
But they've got that kind of team. And as you just mentioned earlier tonight, we were talking, all of Notre Dame's losses except one are to ranked teams.
Well, you got Tolono Unity, who's #2 in 2A. Fieldcrest, #13 in 2A. Pecatonica, #6 in 1A. Quincy Heights, #3 in 4A. Camp Point, #10 in 1A. Macomb, I got them #18 in 2A. And the only one that hasn't been ranked that they lost to was Sacred Heart Griffin at home by 2.
And Sacred Heart Griffin, of course, was one of those teams that graduated a lot of their great players over the last couple of years.
Oh, wow, they were 31-3 and lost 4 of their 5 starters. So, yeah, but Quincy Notre Dame has played one heck of a schedule this year.
I expect that to be a good ball game. That is at the pit tomorrow night. That's where we're going to be. Coach Pettit said, hey, I want to go to that game. And so we'll be at the pit tomorrow night, and then we'll be out at Blue Devil Gymnasium to catch part of that game of the last one. And then we'll be out there all Saturday to hang out. In fact, we're going to get Eric Stratman to join us for an interview. Instead of being the pregame interview, we'll post that interview so you can watch it anytime you would like to. And then we might have some other friends out there. We've got some people showing up to the shootout. And until we find out if they're around, we're not going to mention any names. But one of the guys is 6'10" or 6'11", and used to play for the Blue Devils and wears the same number as Keyshawn Thomas. Is that enough clues out there? Wait a minute. Did I just say that this guy wore the same number as Keyshawn Thomas instead of the other way around? Michael, sorry about that. But, yeah, if he pops up at the gym, we'll get a chance to talk to him. I don't think Bryce Fantasia's team from California, I didn't look to see if they're here. Of course, Bryce played at Culver Stockton College, was here 1 year and then missed maybe a year. I got a chance to see him last year. I had the fortunate there not to coach him, but to actually do radio when he was still there, number 22 at Culver Stockton. Brought his team over, and that was a good picture with me and him, so I think maybe I'll post that as we get into the weekend there. So, but we do have our schedule posted on our website, meccasportsco.com. Go on there, and you can find the site. You just have to pop it up. You'll see that it'll bring up the Quincy shootout. And then, again, join us on Saturday, not only for the game, but throughout the day in case we do grab some interviews while we're sitting up there. And since I no longer have dog duty, I'll probably just sit all day long and watch basketball because it's going to be cold outside. No reason to be anywhere else, right, Coach?
Well, it's supposed to get cold here coming this weekend. So, yeah, no better place to be, in the state of Illinois than the Quincy shootout.
Good job there, Eric Stratman and all the crew there. That includes, of course, Coach Douglas is involved with that. Matt McClellan's involved with that. And I know Will Nixon's a big-time sponsor and helps out with it, as well as a bunch of other sponsors. I see Nap up there, of course. And so it's really good, and it's a great community thing. And again, it's some great basketball. I talked to
some of the best high school basketball you'll ever see.
And we've had a chance to go to some of the shootouts, the Highland shootout, and of course Brad Hughes over there with the Norm Stewart and the Sophie Cunningham. And he mentioned maybe coming up, so I'll be looking for Brad. And if he does show up, we'll have an interview with Brad. We'll talk about his tournaments. I want to talk more about that Springfield, Missouri 48 hours of basketball that he's got, and he plays all night long. So, well,
I don't know if I'd want the 3 a.m. game.
Oh, I can remember when fast pitch softball used to play at Milton, Iowa at the end of the year, and it was all night long.
Oh.
And if you were playing ball at 3 o'clock, in the morning, Lord knows what you were doing before that, too.
You were probably in pretty good shape.
Yeah, especially if you're in the losers bracket, you probably had a few beverages. Second half starts off Maple Leafs with the basketball. They waste no time firing a 3 up, and Jada Brown gets the rebound. Jada throws down to Miley. Miley will back it out. So our lineup is the same as we started. Bree Leonard, Layla Dade, Jada Brown, Leah Chevalier, and Miley Loncourt for the Devils. 1-2-2 in the half court coming from the Maple Leafs. Mia Kelly is at the point of that. Devils with the ball back out high to the right side. Dade passes up the 3. We'll give you that rest of that starting lineup for the Maple Leafs. Inside, great pass there. Brown missed the shot. She avoided the foul afterwards because she almost did, and she pulled her hands back. But good pass from Bree on the cut by Jada Brown. But no basket. In the half-court set at the point, that's Snodgrass. To the right side, Kreiner. She's on the perimeter. We had mentioned Snodgrass on this side. Ellerbrock still in the ball game. Seaman and Mia Kelly.
There's Chevalier up front. Great hands.
She takes it away from Kelly, now takes it coast to coast, misses, goes up, and I tell you what, I wasn't too sure if Kreiner didn't block the shot and give Leah the chance to go get it again, but instead Leah's going to shoot 2. She hit 2 free throws at the end of the second quarter. Devils in the second quarter went 4 out of 5. First quarter they were 0 for 3.
4 out of 5 sounds more like it.
Indeed it does.
Ooh.
First foul of the second half was Kreiner, and it's her 3rd foul, by the way. First foul for either team. Chevalier on the free throw line. She'll have 1 more. Leah had 5 points in the first. She had that 3-pointer in the first quarter. Missed the second one. Must be the odd quarters.
First and third, I guess.
No doubt. Maple Leafs almost throw the ball away in the half-court set. Loncourt then takes the ball away from Seaman, and she'll be whistled for the foul. For Miley, that was her first foul of the ball game, and the Devils' first of the second half. 1-1. Box out of bounds. It wasn't a box out of bounds play. It was on the baseline, though. Ooh. Bree comes out to play D at the free throw line, and she cut her distance down on Snodgrass, but she was beyond that and ran right into Snodgrass, knocked her down. And that's Bree's 3rd foul, so we got to watch her in foul trouble. Second one on the Devils.
And we have Byquist at the scorer's table to check in.
And Cameron's going to come in with 2 fouls as well. Kelly starts a drive, goes left side. Ooh, Chevalier almost got the steal in the lane. Ball skips back to the left side. Kelly's open for the 3-pointer. No good. Leonard came out. Weak side rebound, no good. Boy, and I think Kreiner was just scared that Brown was in front of her. She took a horrible shot there, and then Brown got the rebound. Good spin move there. Jada Brown gets the bucket, and Leonard's going to get another assist.
That's one thing we're missing with Foley underneath the basket and getting her 6, 7, 8 rebounds per game. It's only Jada Brown in there, battling with Geneseo.
Kreiner with a nice pull-up at 15 foot. Good. Devils still doubling up, 40-20. Playing 2 minutes into the third quarter here. Jeff Wellman, Dave Pettit, mechasportsco.com. Also, make sure to check into our website. Also, Facebook and YouTube. Go to YouTube, check us out, subscribe, so you can be on top of the action all season long. They'll let you know when the Devils might make a change on schedules. Kelly drives baseline. Dade with a great job there, and Leonard, she pulled a Foey. She put her foot out and stopped it. And for a moment, Bria looked up like, nobody's going to call that. I'm going to take off. And then finally, the official on the far side made the call. Substitution, Bree gets a break now. Byquist checks in.
Ooh.
And Loncourt runs over Kreiner. Loncourt with 2 fouls now, all in the second half.
I don't know if that was a run over or a, pull down, basically.
Was it Maple Leaf with a pull down on that?
Yeah.
In the corner with a travel. Mia Kelly got a little happy with that. She was going to try to beat Byquist on the baseline. If you're going to try to beat Byquist in her track speed, you better get a little bit of a head start. Need to follow.
Very quick, good feet.
Need to follow the track team this year. Byquist on the left wing. High post is Brown. Ball skipped over all the way into the right corner. Chevalier. Back out to Dade. Loncourt on the perimeter too. And Byquist. Chevalier saves the ball. Out to Loncourt for three. Good. Well, the play got broken up, but a good job by Chevalier to get it. And Loncourt takes the three and hits it. Miley feeling good with her shot tonight. That's her third three. She had two of them in the third quarter. Devils back on defense. Trying to bounce it inside. There's Byquist with it. Here comes a 3-on-1 break. Byquist was all the way to the hole. Wow, and they call a charge.
She sprained her ankle.
With a moving defender. So Mia Kelly was actually moving when she bumped her, and they're going to call Byquist for the foul, her third. Yeah, we definitely don't need any more injuries. Is that the fourth one already in this quarter? You know, I can't figure that one out, Coach. I don't want to squabble about it. But when you've got somebody drive into the basket and there's contact made and the defense is still moving, she never did catch position. And that's what Brad Dance is asking down there. And I'm sure he's nodding his head and accepting the official's comment while still saying BS, you know, when he says that.
Well, and, you know, once again, I'm one of those guys that I always pull up from that 10-footer, you know, gather it, take the shot, and or, you know, if they come to guard you, you should have a teammate running the floor to dish off for an easy layup. You know, Byquist, she took it into the girl, thought she could go up against her, and didn't turn out so well.
Yeah, I'm just kind of confused at that, how, you know, the injury, because the contact was made by the Maple Leaf. It was by Mia Kelly. It wasn't Byquist that generated the contact. I'd like to go back and watch that one again on replay, and I will later on tonight.
Zip.
Oh, don't worry, I'll go back and watch it tonight. I'm going to, I imagine Byquist is going to be out tonight. We've got a week to get that one healed.
That's the next investment.
Something for ankles?
Replay.
Oh, replay. There you go. Yeah. I hear you. Well, we got 4:40 left in the third quarter. Coming back to the action. Devils lead 43-20. Substitution came in. I think it was Kate Medemeyer. I'll check the lineup here for you in a second, folks. As Chevalier is at the point of the 1-2-2. Loncourt and Dade at the high post. Brown and Medemeyer at the low post. Three-pointer was no good on high by Snodgrass. She saved the ball, a long rebound, but she saved it to Layla Dade. Layla in the half-court set to Loncourt off the left side. In the left corner, now back out to the high post. And Brown was starting to make a move to look at Dade on the weak side, but sneaking up on her side of her was Snodgrass, reached up and grabbed her on the arm. Snodgrass' first foul, and the second team foul of the third quarter.
I'd like to see her do that and then do the Jack Sigma, sweep low, go into the middle, then kick it out.
Devils ran a box out of bounds play. Ball comes into Loncourt. Actually, Loncourt triggers the ball in. Almost lost it. Miley lost it. She was trying to get it, but she tried to reach down and get it while the Maple Leaf went down to the floor and got it. When Miley
and then you had another Maple Leaf come, and it was like 2-on-1, and we got a jump ball out of it.
Good news is the alternate possession arrow come back to the Blue Devils. Initially it went, they didn't switch the arrow, and it looked like it was going to go Maple Leaf ball. Just one tick inside 4 minutes of the third quarter. Devils comfortable 43-20 lead. Led it the first quarter 22-10. Halftime 38-18.
Chevalier with the three.
Nice job off the right side. And Coach, I just looked down to do that scoring. And just as I look down, Leah decides I'm going to launch it. Sorry I didn't give you the good call on that, Leah. Maple Leafs lose the ball. Boy, that was almost an offensive rebound there by Snodgrass. No Devil was around. Luckily, Kate Medemeyer reached down and grabbed the ball, and on the jump ball, Maple Leafs will get it back under their own basket. Nice shot by Leah. That's her second three of the ball game. Loncourt has 3. Dade has 2. So there's 7 threes for the Devils. Maple Leafs. Kelly almost threw the ball away. On the left side, Addie Mills, who just came into the ball game. Mills has some height here, too, you know it. Not a lot, but she's a little taller than our guards. Went into the high post, kicks back out weak side. Kelly missed the three. Long rebounds tipped around. Kate Medemeyer comes away with it.
Nice box out by Molly Loncourt.
We got two Maple Leafs on the ground as they ran into each other, Kelly and Seaman. Now, if it was a close game, you might have somebody scream because it's like, wait a minute, they don't have the basketball. Let us move the ball down the court and then call it. But now, this is the difference in this one. Now that they're taking them out. If it is an injury, I'm the first one to say stop the action, no matter what's going on. But then they've got to come out, and sure enough, they did. So, Devils with the basketball. 46-20 with the lead. Stick around for the post-game show. We'll talk to Brad Dance, powered by Kunis Honda and Kunis Hyundai. Ill-advised bounce pass inside at the feet of Jada Brown. Maple Leafs take it away. Kreiner stops at 15, misses. Rebound came right out front. Layla Dade stepped in for it. The guards do a good job of rebounding when necessary. Right side Bree back out to Loncourt, all the way around the world. Goes back out to the other side. Loncourt for three. Good! Miley Loncourt from the right side. Extra ball movement coming from the Devils. 3 straight threes in a row. Devils 2 by Loncourt, 1 by Chevalier. Lost ball. And Kate Medemeyer's explained to the official, hey, it touched the Maple Leaf on the head. And I think the official closest here said, you know what, I think you're probably right. Oh, you know, it's funny. After the official went in, yeah, he went in to tell him to switch it, and then he still pointed towards the Maple Leafs initially, but then yelled blue. 2:20 left in the third. Devils 49-20 with the basketball. Dade and Loncourt bringing it down. Dade working on that high post tonight, all night long.
Once again, a supreme defensive effort by the Blue Devils, here in the quarter.
Well, good pass from Medemeyer, almost down to the block on the right side again. Chevalier wasn't in a good shooting position. Devils kick it back out on the perimeter. Dade right side Loncourt. Loncourt fakes the three, comes back to Dade on the left. Medemeyer says, hey, I'm skipping it from the left to the right. Chevalier and Loncourt both pass up shots. Dade now goes for a little runner. No good.
Great ball make, great patience by the Lady Blue Devils. They went back and forth from one corner to the other corner 3 times, and then it finally opened up for the drive for Dade.
It was kind of funny because Peyton Snyder got called for the foul, the third one for the Maple Leafs, and she kind of went, wait a minute, really? That was kind of a phantom reach in. Devils take it, though. 4 fouls against the Devils, 3 against the Maple Leafs in this quarter. Inside 2 minutes left of the quarter. High post Brown still, 4 on the perimeter. That's Chevalier, Dade, Loncourt, and Leonard. Or check that, Medemeyer. Into the post. Good job there. Oh, and a great cut from the other side. Medemeyer made a cut from the right corner, went into to Brown, just in front of the basket. She had a shot, and she gave up 1 pass, and Medemeyer got fouled, and Kate will shoot 2.
2 very, very good passes by the Lady Blue Devils. Dade to Brown, Brown to Medemeyer. Or no?
Yes.
It was a Leonard shoot.
And then we've got Seaman on her 3rd foul and the 4th foul there. So, yeah, she's got her ponytail there covering up the 2. Missed the first. Second one off the back of the iron. So, Devils miss a couple. 0 for 4 in the quarter. And there's like the first quarter, 0 for 3. So, 0 for 7 in 2 quarters. Maple Leafs had the basketball. They're trying to work it around the perimeter as well. Seaman bounces it inside. That's a nice pass to Kreiner. She's going to shoot 2. I think Kate came down a little too late on that one. She was whistled for the foul. So for Medemeyer, her 2nd foul. It is number 5. I have 5. They hadn't put it up there yet. And at the line will be Hannah Kreiner. She'll shoot 2. She hit 2 in the first quarter. She makes the first one. Waiting for them to put that up. There was a little delayed there. And makes the second one. So 2 for 2. And it breaks into that 9-point run that the Devils had unanswered. Maple Leaf, she's 4 for 4, and they're 6 for 8 for the night. Devils in the half-court set. 1 minute left in the quarter. Left side, Loncourt. Chevalier went from the right corner all the way to the left to get the ball. Leah will send it back out. It's Miley and Layla on high. Into the high post. Brown goes over to Chevalier for 3. No good. Brown steps in for a great rebound. Lost it for a minute, then kicks it out to Loncourt. Miley goes all the way to the basket. She's fouled. And 80 Mills just said the same thing as the last player over there, Peyton. I didn't touch her, but she got whistled for the second foul. Team foul number 5. And so Brown to go to the line. They'll check that Loncourt to shoot 2.
Good hard drive to the basket when she caught it. There was no doubt she was taking it, and she took it hard.
Miley had 8 at the half. 2 threes in the quarter. She's got 14. But Miley is 0 for 3 from the charity stripe. First and third quarters are ugly. Devils are 0 for 6 in this quarter, 0 for 3 in the first, 0 for 9 in one quarter, and 4 for 6 in the other. What was that, 4 for 15, Coach? Woo!
I tell you what, against good teams, you can't do that and win.
Not at all. I'd say the cold weather outside has done something there. It's warm in here, though. Down to 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Kreiner has it in the block, kicks it back out to the corner. Mills fires the 3 and connects on the 3. She had a 2-point earlier. 25. So 10 seconds left. Devils with the ball as Dade brings it across the timeline. Kicks it out in the right corner. Miley takes the shot for 3. No good, but there Kate Medemeyer couldn't have been in a better place on the left block. Miley's shot came up just a little shy, didn't touch anything except Kate Medemeyer's hands, and back into the net for 2. And we played 3 quarters here at Geneseo. It's your Quincy High Blue Devils 51 and the Maple Leafs of Geneseo 25. And of course, this is Blue Devil basketball on MeccaSportsCo.com. Is that a little Rocky, Coach? I can't remember what that comes from. Geneseo's band out there. It's getting ready for the fourth quarter. Devils will have the basketball. They've got the lead 51-25 in here. Doubling up +1.
Great defensive third quarter by the Lady Devils.
Devils only gave up 7 points in that quarter. That's more like it.
Well, the 7 points were, gosh, in the last minute, maybe.
2 of them were free throws. Brown inside tried to dribble, lost the handle, but Loncourt comes away with it. Chevalier, Loncourt, Dade, Leonard, and Brown for the Devils in the fourth quarter. New player in there for Carol Ann Green comes in inside. And count that one, it goes into a double team on Brown. Brown turned, she got the ball up. Wasn't the prettiest, but she got the shot to go, and she'll have an and one. She had one in the first quarter, did not make that one in the first quarter.
You know, Jada Brown is very strong when she gets the ball down low like that. And the amazing thing about it is she's only a freshman. She's going to get a whole heck of a lot better.
And Jada connects on the three-point play. It's the fourth quarter, so it must be the even number quarters tonight. Maple Leafs have the basketball. Green inside. She's checked into the ball game. Green with an E. You don't see that as much. Lusher, the legend from 1973, Greg Green from Quincy High. Left side, Snyder has the basketball, dribbles it out of bounds. Devils touched it last, so you still have Seaman in there along with Snyder. Green, the new player in there. Also another new player, Morgan Claire Hout. And I got to believe Mia Kelly's still in there. Yes, that rounds out the lineup for the Maple Leafs, where the Devils, you know, I don't know, there was some talking going on between the benches or something. I thought Coach said something, and I thought Coach danced. I'm behind him, though, so I don't know what's happening. The Fish is over here talking to the scoring, so we'll figure that out. 7:10 left, 54-25. Devils with the lead. Ready to go now. So on defense there, the Devils with Chevalier, Loncourt, Brown, Dade, and Leonard. On the perimeter with the basketball is Seaman for the Maple Leafs. Tries to go inside. Brown, it went in between her leg as she tried to kick it. We'll get a jump ball now as Brown reaches in on Green and ties her up, but that ball went right under between Brown's legs when she tried to kick it.
Yep.
and it got inside. Alternate possession goes back to the Maple Leafs. Triggering the ball is Seaman. Trying to pass the ball in traffic with Snyder. Brown came away with it. Here's Chevalier. Crossover. Got to the left side. Shot was no good. Mia Kelly got the rebound.
Once again, another deflection by Chevalier in the defensive end.
Mia Kelly to the right side. Back to the top of the key for Geneseo. Changing up the lineup here, getting some different girls in there. Mia Kelly's ball is tipped. Bree with a nice touch there. Flies out and goes to the cheerleaders. I think I'm going to have to stretch my knees out, Coach. Too long sitting there.
You're not the only one. I've been standing all game.
Yeah, but you've been driving all the day, so have I. Geneseo with the basketball into the corner. Shot taken for three in the corner. Good shot there. Kreiner hits her second three. She had one in the first quarter.
Geneseo's got some girls that could shoot the ball.
Yep, and you figured their record just, of course, you're in the Western Big Six here. Right corner. Shot no good by Leah. But Layla came away with the rebound on the weak side. Devils have another run on it. In that high post is Jada Brown just waiting. 4 on the perimeter. Out high is Loncourt and Dade. Right corner, Chevalier. Bree Lannard working back and forth. She was in the left corner. She worked down to the right side. Coach Dance wants a timeout. He's going to take a quick 30-second timeout to set something up. You know, usually when he does this, in a situation like this, when you're up 54-28, he wants to see something. So he's going to set a play up. So expect coming out of this to see a 1-2 pass, you know, and somebody cutting to the basket on the backside. It'll be one of those good passes into the high post and the backside cutting.
Well, I think you can do it one of two ways here. You know, you can just set up your good play. Now, you know, down the road, do you need a three-pointer or a two-pointer? You can set up something here with a back screen, get a wide open, you know, three-shot from Loncourt, Dade, or, you know, make the pass, backdoor cut, drive at it, get a good screen. Do a lot of different things here, but we'll see what he comes out with and, you know, what he wants to work on.
Devils hit 5 threes in the first half. Dade had 2, Loncourt had 2, and Chevalier had 1. They've hit 3 in the second half, 1 more for Leah and 2 more for Loncourt. So 8 in the ball game from the land of 3. 6 minutes exactly left in this one. Devils have the basketball and a comfortable lead. In the high post, kicks out to the perimeter. Dade skips it over to Loncourt on the right side. To Chevalier. We're looking for that short corner. Of course, following over there was a nice job was Green. When Bree went to the far side, she followed her over into that short corner. High post, there goes to the weak side. Lannard takes the left-hand shot, no good. Bree was maybe a foot or two too far away from the block, but it was a good idea and a good pass and shot. And a good job by Dade stepping in front on that end. She stepped in front of Claire Hout and got the steal. Devils with that basketball again. Chevalier drives in, then shovels the ball to Jada Brown, who's only 2 or 3 feet away. I think she was out of control when she picked the ball up. She didn't know what she wanted to do with it. Coach Dance calls it out now as the Devils got the ball back on the alternate possession arrow. So Dade will trigger it. We got a box out of bounds play with Brown and Loncourt low. Comes out in the left wing to Lannard. And Breeze is going to bring it out to reset the offense.
Good patience by the Lady Blue Devils.
Yep, if it's not there, you don't get the initial, set your offense up. All the way around right side, Chevalier. Nice bounce pass inside. Dade Brown almost wasn't ready for it. She got through three of the Maple Leafs, but to do that, she had to take an extra step in there and got called for it. I don't think she was ready for that pass.
No.
And it was a darn good pass out of the blue.
Pass.
Yeah, I think, again, Jane she's been working up and down hard. She's in shape, but, you know, when you're working that hard.
And to be honest with you, she's playing a little bit out of position because a lot of the times we'll see it is when she's down at the short corner and passing out to Foley and vice versa. She doesn't have her partner in crime here, so to speak, and she's been playing top of the key or free throw line the whole game.
Indeed she has. Devils got a steal, and they do have the ball in the half-court set now. Dade will go right side to Loncourt. We still got high post, Jada Brown. All the way over here is Breeze sitting wide open. We're going to take 3 passes to get to her on the left wing, though. Into the high post to Brown. Brown will go to Loncourt, right side. Loncourt set and good. And that's what we're talking about, the setup.
Great extra kick by Jada Brown on that. She went from, you know, the left elbow, pass it to the right wing, wide open look for Loncourt.
Brown gets the assist. Loncourt gets the 3, her 5th of the ball game. I saw her mom here tonight. Wasn't sure if Dad and them were down here or not. Maple Leafs with the ball in the half-court set inside 4 minutes. Mills skips it around the left side. Snodgrass takes a shot from 3, no good. Weak side rebound, Bree Leonard. Good job, Bree. Look for our guards to come in. Here's Chevalier, drives in, has it blocked out of bounds, but they'll say there was some contact there, so Leah will go back to the line to shoot. She's 2 out of 4. And the foul will be called on Snodgrass. That was her second. Third in the quarter. Leah gets 2. Well, obviously it's the fourth quarter. That's why she's going to make it. It is kind of weird. First and third, we did not shoot very good from the line. Second and fourth, so far we've only shot 2 from the fourth. Well, we were 4 out of 5 in the second. Jasmine Lewis checking into the ball game. Also Madeline Hamby, Kate Medemeyer, Miley Loncourt, and Chevalier stays in the ball game. Leah will have one more shot with 3:43 left on the board. And she'll connect 2 for 2.
Fourth quarter.
Interesting enough, even in the odds. There you are. 58-28, Devils with a big lead here. Mia Kelly almost travels and they just keep it rolling, so. Do we have a roll? It should be a running clock then for the last 3:20, right, Coach?
That was a 30-point lead, I believe.
Yeah, and we're up at 31. And I think once it gets there, it never stops then. If you go back under, it doesn't matter. I could be wrong on there. I've been wrong once in a while. Or I thought I was wrong, but I was mistaken. Bad pass, went right between the legs. And it will be Devil basketball. And yes, it is ticking away. 3 minutes left in this one. So if it seems like the buzzer comes a little quick in this quarter, that's because that's all there's left. We'll do a wrap in the post game. We'll talk to Coach, and then we'll go out and see how much snow and wind we got. Madeline Hamby looked at that 3. She just didn't have a quick enough time to release. Madeline is ready for that all the time. Pass inside. Addie Mills steps up from Maple Leafs and steals the ball away from Lewis. I watched her in them sophomore games, and Hamby's always ready to shoot, and in the varsity as well. Well, it was a nice pass by the Maple Leafs. They just did not connect. That was the short corner pass by Peyton Snyder inside, and I don't think Green was ready for it. That's a shame, too, because that was a nice pass. Approaching 2 minutes left here. Loncourt brings the ball down. She gets to play a little point guard right now. Bree on the left wing. Jasmine.
I was going to say we're a little short on the bench.
Indeed. Left side Bree back to the top of the key to Loncourt. Skips it down the right. Oh, look at that.
Nice
That's a
pass.
low-high pass there. Medemeyer from the low block found Jasmine Lewis at the free throw line. Jasmine's shot just came up short. That was a good pass there. Inside, Lewis plays some good D on Green. Ball gets into the right corner. Maple Leaf shot no good. Tipped around. Hamby gets the rebound. 1:40 left in this one. I have to double check in my records now, too, to make sure where we're at now. Hamby a 3 from the right side. I tell you, Madeline gets ready, and she's ready to shoot the ball. As soon as that ball comes, she drills the 3. 10 threes now for the Blue Devils in this ball game. Left side Maple Leaf shot for 3, no good. Hamby gets the long rebound. Good screen out. Bree will walk it up, take her time. No hurry here for the Devils. Bounce it into Lewis. Lewis went down to get the ball, and it came off of Green's foot. And we'll have a timeout from the Maple Leafs. It's funny, they almost never stopped the clock. They ran about 5 or 6 more seconds off. I think it was just to get players in.
Yep.
Number 42, Lauren Newkirk. Yeah, I saw that name, and I go, you don't see Newkirk out there unless you were at St. Dominic's in our class, and we had Gina Newkirk. One of the few times you'll ever hear her mentioned in a basketball broadcast, because she'll tell you she was not an athlete. 40 seconds left. Maple Leafs have the basketball. Not anymore. Bree Leonard takes it away. Goes in coast to coast, but gets fouled. Mia Kelly on the foul. You know, for Mia playing aggressively as she does, good ball player, that's her first foul in the ball game. Leonard's going to shoot 2. Funny thing is, she might be shooting, and you might hear the buzzer go off during her shot. There's 19 seconds left in the ball game. Her first one is no good.
First miss in a even quarter.
7 seconds left. And Bree will get 1 of 2. And the ball will go out of bounds with 2 seconds left. the buzzer will go off. You know, did we make another one? I don't remember making an extra free throw there, and they've got one extra point on the board than I've got. So I'm going to have to put that on the board as 63 and a question mark, and we'll do a double check. But the Devils win this one handedly, whether it's 63-28 or 62-28. It was a great victory here. Devils are now 18-5 on the season, 7-2 in the conference. On the other side, Geneseo will fall to 6-13 and 1-8 in the conference. Pretty good performance by the Devils.
Very good performance. Except for that little lull between 2 minutes to go to the first quarter and the first 4 minutes of the second. Other than that, solid performance. That time period they played them even, but other than that, very good performance for the Devils. And it started on the defensive end, especially with our 1 and 2 rows on the 1-2-2. Especially Chevalier at the point. She got her fingertips on so many balls tonight. And she looked at it, offensively. And, once again, when Dade and Chevalier look at the basket offensively, this Blue Devil team is very, very good.
Well, Coach, I was kind of wondering why our team was still on the floor, but this is kind of neat that before the ball game, when I talked to Bree Leonard, I was talking about her stepmom, and her dad was Jeff Steinkamp, of course, worked for the city, and great guy. And he was the one that and sorry, I paused there, but if you noticed on the screen, both teams and the fans and everybody were in one big circle holding hands out there. And as I mentioned, Jeff Steinkamp had made a suggestion to me in my first year in 1998 at the CYO that, hey, why don't we pray before ball games? And so we decided, you know what, we're going to do that. And so we started praying before every ball game, whether you were a Catholic school, Lutheran school, public school, it didn't matter. And so for 18 years, so it's kind of neat to see after this ball game them to get in a big circle, because Bree even said, I remembered being down there at the CYO and we prayed before the game, and I said, how neat is that in this day and age you can have that happen. I would have thought it might have happened at the other green team at Alleman Catholic, because again the Catholic schools are very familiar with that kind of stuff, but a nice gesture there by Geneseo. I didn't hear what they said though, if there was some reason for that, but I love that. It was a nice gesture.
Well, yeah, it's I'll tell you what, the travels that we've had, so far this year, and we're going to have a lot more here before the end of the season. The travels we had and the places we've seen and things we've seen, it's been nothing short of amazing.
As we get ready for Coach to come up here in the post game, let's go ahead and break this one down for you first of all. We started this game off at 7 o'clock. Devils with a 12-point run to start the ball game off. It was the 2:26 mark, as I mentioned before Geneseo even got a score. They would share some scores the rest of the quarter, and that was when Coach got a little upset to start off the in between the first and second quarters when meeting with the team, because after one, 22-10, you've given up 10 points to a team that, that you're used to giving up 32 total all season long. Second quarter, Devils went back and forth, and then at the end of the quarter went on an 11-point run before the Maple Leafs had a free throw. Halftime score, 38-18, Devils with the lead. Third quarter picked it up again with another 9-point run in the middle of the quarter. After three, it was 51-25. And in the fourth quarter, they did not score. They had one basket. They had a three-pointer. Yeah. I looked up there and I thought, oh my gosh, we did not allow them to score. And the Devils ran off 11 or 12, depending on who you're counting, which I've got 62. We'll go with 63 that was on the board, and then we'll double check it though. But Devils come away with the victory, a big victory here, and one without Taylor Foey. Played well without her, and the team did a pretty nice job.
Well, and to be honest with you, I look at the defense in the second half. They gave up 2 points the first, I believe, 6 minutes, of the third quarter, and they gave up 2 points, in the fourth quarter. So for 14 minutes, of the 16 minutes, they got 2 points. And, aside from the last 2 minutes of the third quarter, which they got, another 4 points, because they got, 6 in the 6 in the third.
Oh, sorry about that. We're doing a little flip-flop in there. Coach snuck up behind us out there, so let me turn on the phantom power. I tell you, when we turn that on, watch out, it goes hot out here. And Coach Dance with us here. Of course, he's powered by Cunas Honda and Cunas Hyundai. Coach, I tell you what, you start off with 12 points in a ball game. Anytime you can start off with 12 and then finish the half with 11, that's a pretty good half of scoring.
Yeah, we did start out really good, and I was, wanted to make sure we got out to a good lead. The girls did a good job of moving the ball, and defensively we did what we needed to do.
Tell you, one time I think we noticed there, it was in the into the first quarter, and we got up, and then it seemed like we had a little bit of lull defensively. The rest of the quarter, we gave up 10 points in that quarter, and I think you might have shown your emotion a little bit during the quarter.
Yeah, we did, and we switched defenses a little bit, and a couple people weren't on cue with that defense, so it caused some easy buckets for them. We got that cleared up, and we only gave up 10 points in the second half, which I'm very proud of.
The two things that I saw, your deflections from your row 1, row 2, especially with Chevalier out front. She got her fingertips on so many balls that started easy fast break, secondary opportunities for you guys tonight.
She does. It's been a luxury for us for the last 4 years for her to do that at the top of our defense, whatever we're running. I mean, I've had coaches say she's probably the most annoying person in the conference, which, and I tell her, go out and make friends again tonight. And so she does a really good job, and she does get a lot of tips on the ball, and then which gets some easy looks for us.
Tell you what, you had Jada Brown playing in the high post a lot tonight. She gets to share it a little bit, plays a lot of low, plays a lot of that short corner. Spent a lot of time in the high post tonight, a little different for her, but she looked, and I tell you, it looked like we worked her pretty hard tonight too, because again, she didn't get as many breaks because she doesn't have Taylor out there.
Yeah, and we kind of adjusted some things. We put Leah down low a little bit more, so have her running the baseline. And I wanted to keep Jada at the high post area because she can knock that shot down. Although she was able to get to the rim pretty easily tonight on a few of those. She just got to remember, when she catches, they're going to be coming from her at all angles, and that's why I told her. I said, "You're close enough here. Catch the ball, go straight up and score." And, I thought she played really well.
Oh, that was a good game. And of course, Miley Longcore, she was on, and she was set up nicely. Of course, early in the game, you had 10 threes as a team. That's very nice out here. Dade had 2 in the first. You had Chevalier with 1, and Longcore 2 in the first half. And then Longcore came out with 3 more in the second half. Chevalier adds another one. And Hamby, who's always ready to shoot, whether it's the first game or the second. I just love, she's always ready. But a pretty nice shooting from the outside.
Yes, the girls did a good job. Layla hit a couple early ones. Leah did a good job hitting one in the first half, and then the second half, she spent a lot of time working on her shot. Maddie's definitely a catch and shoot. She's ready to go, so it's nice to see us knock down some shots like that.
And I think a big part of it was your ball movement. I mean, you would go from one corner, out, corner, and then go back 2-3 times, and then second time, third time through, you get the wide open look.
Well, I had to take that time out in the fourth quarter. I politely explained to them that we needed to make sure that we moved the ball and got good looks. And it wasn't that we were getting bad looks, but it's just 2 passes and fire up a 3. You don't need that when you're up 20 points. And then we moved it around, but then we got a little bit passive. So I'm like, get to the rim, play the game still. So it's a fine line, but they're doing pretty well.
Well, we had Taylor injured before the ball game, so we know we can play without Taylor. She's got a week to get there. Cameron Byquest goes down. Kind of hard to realize that the defense made the contact and it was a charge, but that was a different thing. But how's her ankle first look?
She's pretty sore, so she can't put a lot of weight on it. So she won't do much tomorrow. And fortunately, we didn't even talk about this in the pregame, that Bree didn't practice yesterday because her back was bothering her so bad. So, but she's definitely a gamer, and she came out and she gave us all she had today. So we'll probably have a very light one tomorrow, if anything, and get ready. We'll have 3 good days on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to get ready for Galesburg next week.
So it's really a nice advantage, I guess, to have a week off here. We normally don't like it, but with 2 of our key players, especially with Galesburg coming in town.
Yes, I'm glad to have Saturday off, and I think the girls are too. I explained they were pretty happy when I told them that we were just going to do very little tomorrow and then be ready to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we'll get on the road here and get back and enjoy the weekend. And then go ahead and watch the boys and all the great teams at the Quincy Shootout. Yes, it should be a good weekend. And we've got a good game tomorrow night against Principia, which we'll be at with that point guard Alex Dance. So we'll have a fun watching that one. Yeah, it'll be good to see him get back on the court. You got it. All right, Coach Dance, thank you very much there, and good victory tonight. All right, thank you guys. Have a safe trip. Safe trip home. You too.
And, of course, that's Coach Dance, powered by Quincy Honda and Quincy Honda as he heads out there. And happy guys, we're now 18-5 on the season, 7-2 in the conference. That's probably the big one, too. And it is. Hopefully, everybody healthy because that Galesburg one, we owe them when they come home.
That's going to be a tough game. We've seen, all the teams throughout, this group, your Allemans, East Moline, we've seen this. So Galesburg, I think the cream of the crop, and they're the team to beat as far as I'm concerned. But once again, East Moline's there, Quincy's there, and, Alleman's still going to be the pesky Alleman that they are.
And I've still got 62 on my book here, Coach, as I just went ahead and did that the numbers there. So we'll have to figure out because there was no free throws that I missed at that last one. So I'll do a double check there, and we'll get it right. But we'll give you the unofficial stuff right here, as we always are unofficially. For the Devils, they scored 62, but the board said 63. They were led by Jada Brown. She had 18 points, 17 out of Miley Longcore, 10 points from Leah Chevalier, 9 out of Layla Dade, all in the first half, by the way. She had a good first half offensively there. 3 by Bree Lannard, 3 also by Madeline Hamby, 2 points by Katie Medemeyer, and Cameron Byquist in the game but not score, as well as Jasmine Lewis. And that was for the Devils. On the other side, for Geneseo, who loses 12 points out of Hannah Kreiner. Then it was 5 points from both Addie Mills off the bench and Addison Snodgrass. 2 points by Caitlin Seaman, Mia Kelly, their leading player, 2 points, and Kendall Ellerbrock with 2. Morgan Clearout and Peyton Snyder, Lauren Newkirk, and Carol Ann Green all played but did not score for the 28 on the other side. What do you think? I got my idea for the player of the game tonight. We got a lot of players do a lot of things.
Well, yeah, I tell you what, I talked about it before the game started. Next up, and this team, everybody stepped up and gave their little bit extra. So I'm going to let you pick the player of the game.
Well, that's fine with me because I got a few of them. I got a few honorable mentions as well because Jada Brown played a heck of a game. She had 18 points, played very solid inside. Layla Dade controlled the offense outside. Bree Lannard took her new role as a starter. Leah Chevalier had 10 points and did so much. All those girls could be player of the game, but I just love the way Miley was shooting tonight and got us in an early run there. And then she had 5 threes on the night with 17 points. So
she definitely had her stroke down, and also, on the defensive end, I talked about your row 1 with Chevalier, your row 2 with Dade and Longcore, their active hands, their steals, and for these. So those 3 up front were tremendous defensively.
It was definitely a team victory out here, but we'll give Miley the nod tonight for her hot shooting. 5 threes from outside, 17 points. So the Devils with a great victory out here. Well, Coach, it looks like Friday night at the Pit, it'll be the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders and Principia. Saturday, we're back out all day long at the Quincy Shootout. And, of course, that night we'll have Imhotep for the Classic at 7:30 for that ball game. And then we'll have some interviews out there. We'll talk to Eric Stratman, and we'll have some other fun stuff as well on Saturday. So we got a fun weekend of basketball. It's going to be cold, so no better place to be than in the gym or in the hospitality.
Well, in the gym, hospitality, or YouTube, Mecca Sports Co. Subscribe, like, and hit the bell.
Bing,
ding. And then you can watch it on your 75-inch TV at home and have a good time.
And it's free, so you can watch. Now, we won't have all the other games, but we'll have the Blue Devil games. We'll have the Raider game tomorrow night, so join us. So we're going to hit the road. Hopefully there's not too much snow out there, but it'll be a fun one, and we've got a weekend of basketball ahead as the Devils win this one 62 or 3, depending on what book you have, to 28 in the ball game. For Coach Pettit, any last words, Coach?
See you tomorrow night at the Pit.
There you go, and I will see you too as the Devils win this one and end up with the next victory. They're 18-5 on the season, 7-2 in the conference. What a great game as they hit the road too. So come out and see us this weekend at Quincy High or Notre Dame for the shootout, and then Notre Dame actually has a ball game on Saturday against Beardstown that night as well. So for Coach Pettit, I'm Jeff Wellman. A lot of fun out here, and this was Blue Devil Basketball on MeccaSportsCo.com. Stay safe, everybody. Good night.